In this video, I'm going to be taking you on a step-by-step journey on how to become a virtual assistant in just 2 weeks. Now, first and foremost, in the first week, you should be able to take out about 2 to 3 hours per day if you're going to do this, like if you're really going to get results. Meanwhile, in the second week, you should be ready to take out 4 to 5 hours, because being a VA in 2 weeks is not going to be easy for you. Day one, the first thing you're going to be doing is research. Research. What type of VA do you want to be? What type of services do you want to be offering? Who is your target audience and what problem are they currently facing? These are the things that you must do within 2 to 3 hours on your first day. You should be able to find out the answers to this. And guess what? Document them, write them out somewhere, type them out somewhere, because we are going to use it later on. Now, on day two, what you're going to do is go out there and join several VA forums or communities. Go out there and read several blogs or listen to vlogs are owned by virtual assistants. So basically, go out and get yourself intertwined with virtual assistant communities. Read everything about being a virtual assistant, even if you think that they are not important at the moment. Read them, read what they talk about, read about payments, read about type of clients, read about type of services, read about the problems they are having. If someone comes up to a group and say, okay, they're having this type of problem, think about how you'll be able to solve that problem if you are the one who is probably having that type of problem. So go out there and join several groups. Day three is when you're going to decide on what type of services that you are actually going to offer. Remember, we've researched, remember, we've tried to find out what clients have as their problems. Remember, we've tried to go out to find out what other virtual assistants are saying. Now, the next thing we're going to now do is decide on a service that we're going to offer. Now, if you're beginning, do not decide on one service. Choose about 2 or 3 services based on the skills you already have. You can decide to be an admin virtual assistant. You can decide to be social media. You can decide to be a content writer. That's maybe for blogging and all of that. You can decide to do project assistant or product assistant or launch assistant, or as much as possible. Like, there are so many options out there, and you can decide, choose one, two, and at most three that you can start with. The reason why I don't want you to niche down is that it will take you a lot longer to find that first client. But if you spread your net wide, you're likely going to find someone in at least one of them. Now, the fourth thing you're going to do on day four is that you're going to decide how you intend to deliver this service. Yes, I know you're a video editor. How do you think? Remember, that's why we did that first thing in day one. I asked you to find out what problems your target audience are facing. So yes, you're a video editor, but what problems are they actually facing? What type of videos do they want to edit? Some clients don't even want to edit social media videos. Why? Because they are not even making the social media videos. But maybe they are doing meetings, maybe they are doing webinars, and they need people to edit those types of videos. Do you get the point here? So how do you intend to entice them with your offer? That's what I mean. That is what you're going to do on day four. So are you going to tell them, bring 2 videos and I'm going to do one video for free? Or are you going to say, okay, 3 videos instead of $20, I'm going to do 3 videos, $15. Meanwhile, one video is $10. Do you get what I mean? Or you're going to do video editing and social media video creation, like a whole lot of, you can decide to bundle up, right? So that's what I mean by how are you going to offer your services on day four. Now, day five is going to be to name your business. I know this is not going to sound interesting. This is not going to sound like a huge point, but you need to decide from the get-go the name of the business you want to start, right? Because although you're starting small, at some point you would decide to branch out, you decide to make something out of it, and you now realize that somebody already has that name, right? So the current business I'm about to start, I registered it last year, January or so. And I just need to start the business because I already registered it. I already have the name. I already checked out for the name and I knew that the name was available. Okay. So you need to take that naming thing very serious. One other thing you need to know about name is that you can actually use your name or you can use a made up name. So if it's easier if you have names that are easy to pronounce, right? When your name is Cynthia Ellie, right? It's easy to pronounce, it's easy to spell. But when your name is Onyinyo Ejaka like me, you know that that name is not going to be easy to spell, especially when I want to work with foreigners, right? So in this case, I had to use a made up name, right? I had to browse, I had to look out for what kind of name will still have deliver the value, like kind of talk about what I am offering even before I talk about the business. So there are many ways to name your business. It all depends on what kind of name you want to go with. Let us assume that that was Monday to Friday. Today, we are going to start a new week, which is week two. And this is what we are going to do on the first day of week two, which is day six, of course. Don't forget that I said that in week two, you're going to invest more time, say 4 to 5 hours, in the tasks that you're going to do on week two. Now, on day six, what you're going to do is to get out there and let people see you. Now, there are two ways that we can do that. The first way is not expensive. Meanwhile, the second way is actually not expensive, but actually requires fund. So if you have no funds and you want to start up that virtual assistant business, you have to go through the first way I'm going to talk about, which is registering on a freelance platform. I'll always say register on Fiverr, but you also have options like Upwork and freelancer.com, right? But if you actually have funds, the only other thing you need to do is to create a website. The websites are easy to do that. You can actually do them within one day. Like if you actually bring out 6 hours of your time, use the first hour to bring out your content and all of that, you'd be able to create a working website. It's just that by yourself, by the way, by yourself. It's just that you will need to use website builders that are easy to use, like Wix and Squarespace and every other one that exists. Now, the aim of registering on this platform on day six is to lay out your services. Remember that we already decided what type of service we want to render, what type of, for example, video editing skills that we want to render, the pricing, and the way we want to offer this service. What you want to do on day six is to lay these services out. On Fiverr, it's called creating a gig. On your website, it's going to be on your service section or on your service page. So what we're going to do on day seven is very, very important because it's relating to marketing. And it's simply said is optimize your socials. So this is what you're going to do. All of the social media that has to do with you, all of the accounts that you have that has something to do with your name, go on and make sure that you're presenting yourself as a brand. If it's Facebook, go on and make sure you're presenting yourself as a brand. If it's Instagram, make sure you're doing the same thing. Now, if you do not have a LinkedIn yet, make sure you go on and open a LinkedIn profile, right? And make sure you fill the about section. And in the about section, make sure you talk about your experience as a virtual assistant, right? While mentioning the niche you're in, right? The reason why I'm saying this is that if you do that, if you do that on day seven, in 7 days time you come back to Google and type your name, Google should have indexed those things you put on LinkedIn on the Google search. It is very important you do that, okay? Because it's part of personal branding. So basically, go in, optimize your page. If you already have a LinkedIn profile and your LinkedIn profile is there, maybe you've not touched it before, it's just there, you being a student and all of that, go up there and update it, make it reflect that you're currently an experienced virtual assistant. you get what I'm saying now? Now you're going to do this because most of the times when clients come to me and we schedule an interview, they actually go out and browse me. So I come out later and then they are telling me during the interview, oh, I see you have a business. I see you have a beauty business. I'm like, okay, okay. It means that person did their homework, because if someone wants to work long term with you, they want to make sure that they can trust the person they want to work with. And so they are going to go out and do their due diligence. Okay. Now, what you're going to do on day 8 is start posting, right? You need to start posting. Now, if you had all of those things set up on day 7, that's great. Now, you need to have at least 3 or 4 posts scheduled. Those posts are posts that are going to, not personal posts, not I went to church, I came back, not this is me being happy and all of those things. No, that's not what I want you to post. You're going to make intelligent posts talking about your challenge so far as a virtual assistant, or your success so far as a virtual assistant, or how interesting you find a particular niche in virtual assistance. That is what you're going to do. These 3 posts, you're going to schedule them for the next 3 weeks, 1 post a week. Okay. Whether people comment or not, you just need to make sure they are there. Make sure you make these posts on LinkedIn, please. Instagram, we love you, but make sure you make these posts on LinkedIn. It's very important. Meanwhile, if you went the route of opening a website, now these posts are going to be important, because where you're going to do this is on your blog section. Your blog section is your most important section, because that's how people are going to find your website. That's how people are going to kind of see how intelligent you are. Okay. So you're going to make 3 short articles about these 3 things that I mentioned earlier, and schedule them on your blog. Kind of put it out there on your blog already. And that's what you need to do on day 8. Day 9, all you need to do is monitor analytics. Track your project. Go back to your Fiverr that you created on day 6. Go back to your website that you created on day 6 and see, look at your impressions, look at your click-through rates, look at all of those things. Go back to your blog, see if your blog is SEO optimized. That is all you need to do while you keep on making posts and putting them on social media. So you see, guys, in 9 days, you can actually become a virtual assistant. All you need to do is start. It took us 9 days to actually do this. I need you to take 9 days out and do this. And I'm telling you, in less than 1 month, you would have gotten your first client. You would have known, like, the first thing is to start. If you don't start, you will keep on procrastinating. I hope that in this video, I hope that if you received value from this video, please like this video. It tells the algorithm that this video is helpful, and it pushes it to more people. If you have any comments, if you have any challenges on all of these steps that I mentioned, feel free to put it in the comment section. And if you want to join this community that I'm building, a community of virtual assistants, please go to my link, the link in the bio, the profile, right? I'm also going to try to put it in the description. Go and fill out the form, and when the community is ready, you are going to be one of the first people to join this community. Thank you, guys. If you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe, and see you next time.